Hi Taurus, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has. I see the Hermit there too. They've been calling me to that second card for some reason. Anyway, maybe it'll be relevant. We'll see. Be sure and leave a thumbs up, like the video if you enjoy it, and definitely subscribe if you like the messages. All of your interactions really help my channel to grow, so thank you so much for doing that. It also really pushes the messages out into the algorithm or whatever so that people can also get it and they get the guidance that they need as well. So I really do appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you. Amazing energy here. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups is very intuitive, right? She's that double feminine. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you could be, that could be in your chart. It doesn't have to be. This can just be like something that is very emotional. She's very intuitive and creative. So this could be a need to like really tap into your intuition and have some compassion for yourself, right? It's about like self-love and taking care of yourself here, right? Whatever that is for you, meditating, journaling, getting a manicure, pedicure, right? Whatever it is that's going to help you kind of pour into yourself here. So the situation is the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about moving on, right? So there has been some sort of lesson that's been learned, and now you're moving into like this calmer, more harmonious period. You know, this water here is choppy and this water is very smooth. So they say this is literally moving on from choppy waters and you're moving on to calmer waters. So I feel like there is a lesson that has been learned and there's like this transition period, right? And maybe even like going on some healing. And again, with the Queen of Cups, your self-love and trusting your intuition to move forward out of this lesson. So the blockage is the Ace of Swords, and aces are gifts from the divine. This is like a new opportunity. And with the Ace of Swords, it's about thoughts, it's about breakthroughs, clarity, right? So with this in the blockage, I feel like there's clarity needed. I feel like maybe there is some kind of confusion and maybe there wasn't like communication or things were not clear, right? I just feel like something needs to be cleared up or there needs to be clarity in a situation. That could be like on your part or that can be like with another person, right? Because again, the Queen of Cups can be about like deep emotions. This could be about like a love relationship and, you know, something needs to be communicated or like you need to speak your truth, right? So the root cause of this is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is that like abundance and success, right? This is wish fulfillment. And you have this one person here and he has all these cups, right? Like he is emotionally satisfied. He is fulfilled. And I feel like this is like with this in the reverse, it is about emotionally unfulfilled, not happy with where you're at and you're not happy in a situation, right? So we have like the Eight of Cups here as well, which we'll get into in a moment. But the Nine of Cups is about not being, or reversed, is not being emotionally fulfilled here, right? So I feel like there was like a moving on from something that was not emotionally fulfilling here. And the problem is that maybe there wasn't clarity with you. This could be like a family situation, a job, a love relationship. Things just were not clear and it had you maybe confused, so you moved on, right? Like you kind of just moved forward and accepted it for what it was, even though it wasn't clear, right? So in the recent past, what is still affecting this, we have that Eight of Cups. So this is walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. You have that 9 of Cups there as the root cause. So, you know, at one point he was very satisfied with these cups, and now he's transitioning and moving forward. So I keep getting this in all of the collective readings right now, which is kind of unusual, but not unusual, right? It's energy. So this is the card with an eclipse on it, and we are in eclipse season. We're in between eclipses right now. So this is very significant for this time because there is this transition happening within the eclipse season. I think the eclipse in Pisces is on the 27th. Not 100% sure. I'm pretty close. We're pretty sure, but we're pretty close to that one. So I definitely feel like there was a walking away here. The advice from your guides or your higher self is the Tower. So the Tower is that like sudden change, right? Like things kind of falling apart or a sudden realization, right? It doesn't always have to be a negative. I never really see it as a negative. It can be a very difficult energy to move through. I've had several Tower moments in my lifetime, but I always know that it was for my best and highest good. You don't always see it that way when you're going through it. But as advice from your guides, I feel like this is them like telling you to embrace the changes that are occurring. Again, that can be very difficult, especially if you are moving away from a relationship or a job, whatever this was that wasn't fulfilling you. I feel like that'll be different for each of you because, you know, it is a general reading. So you could all be moving away from something different because when we're talking about energy, like one person could be leaving a relationship, right? Like Taurus could be leaving a relationship, but then another Taurus is leaving a job, right? But that's equally difficult, especially if you've been at that job for 20 years, right? So when we talk about energy and the collective, you know, not all Taurus placements are going to leave a relationship, but they could all be walking away from something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling, right? That's what I mean when I talk about collectives. But this is something that is very emotional, right? This is something that is very close to your heart because the Queen of Cups is about those deep-seated emotions, right? So, yeah, I just feel like there was this need to like really embrace changes and also release an old way of being or thinking, right? Don't hold on to a person, don't hold on to a place, right? Really kind of just learn to let that go. So in the immediate future, we have Temperance. And Temperance is about balance, moderation. This is integrating lessons, right? So integrating things into your life. She has these 2 cups with that water flowing back and forth, right? So going with the flow, remaining balanced. She has 1 foot in the water, but 1 foot on the ground. So she is very in touch with her emotions, which is the water, but she's also very grounded, right? So balancing her head over heart, right? And then there's also an archangel on that card. So just know that you are divinely protected and guided at this time. I just feel like this is you really integrating everything in and accepting this lesson. Learning how to go with the flow and work with this energy, right? For me, that's why I love astrology and tarot, because it's not predicting your future. It's not, you know, we're not out here with crystal balls and telling you your future. Yes, this is the energy you're moving into, but you have the ability to change that, right? You have free will. So this is like really integrating those lessons in order to move forward. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is about, again, looking at these past situations and these past disappointments, right? This doesn't even have to be one situation. Maybe this was a repeating lesson that you're finally walking away from. Maybe you have continually accepted jobs that didn't see your value. Maybe you have, you know, 3 or 4 different relationships that have not worked out. You know, he's looking at 3 cups here. Maybe this was 2 relationships and a job, 2 jobs and a relationship. Nothing has been working out, right? And it's very frustrating, and it can be a little overwhelming, right? And it has you kind of like in this pessimistic type of mood. Who wouldn't be, right, if things aren't working out? But really needing to see that there are opportunities coming in here. You may not even see this, right? You may be thinking, okay, well, I'm transitioning and I'm leaving all of this. I have no idea where I'm going. And you don't see this opportunity that's coming in here. So the energy in your environment, what is around you with that Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy, right? So you could be feeling like things are a little stagnant, not moving forward as fast as you would like them to. And maybe that's because you don't have all of the clarity, right, that you wanted, or the clarity on moving forward, or why things weren't emotionally fulfilling anymore, right? But this is very solid and stable. That's the good thing about the Pentacles, is their earth energy, which is very grounded. It's long lasting. So this is like steady forward progress, but it's also going to last for a very long time, right? It's slow and steady, but it's, you know, with this tower, it's like the foundation fell out because it wasn't stable. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this is built on a solid foundation. So it's not going to crumble like that tower did, right? So in your hopes and fears, we have the Ten of Cups. So you want happiness, you want joy, you want your manifestations, right? You want all of that emotional fulfillment, again, because you were not feeling emotionally fulfilled. So I feel like you're really focused on happiness, right? Your, you know, the job, the family, the white picket fence, the dog, you know, whatever it is that is your emotional fulfillment. Like, that's going to be different for each of us because we're all in different stages of life. But you're really hopeful here, right? Really focused on whatever it is that you are calling in for yourself, whatever it is that you are manifesting. I just saw that full moon too. So that could be like a timing with the full moon coming in here. But the potential outcome is the Ace of Wands. I love that. So the Ace of Wands, again, aces are opportunities from the divine. So there is like this new inspiration, this new creative endeavor, this new passionate beginning here, right? Whatever that is that you're calling in for yourself, there is a new beginning. I feel like this is like that transition and you starting something new here, right? And again, that could be a passion project. Maybe this is you leaving a company that you've worked for 20 years and now you're starting your own adventure here, right? You're starting your own company, doing your own thing. So maybe you've left a relationship and now you are, you know, you're finding that creativity again and really focusing on a passion project or side hustle, right? Whatever it is, there's just this new beginning coming in here, this new refreshed energy. I really like that for you. I think that's amazing. I just feel like, you know, you might feel a little stuck, stagnant right now. Things haven't been working out. Again, this could have been more than one lesson, more than one situation, but also needing to integrate that and understand the lessons and then take them with you into this new beginning, right? Don't focus on the negative of them. Focus on, you know, I learned this lesson. This didn't work out, so let's not do that again. Let's do it this way instead, right? There's always a blessing in every lesson, no matter how hard it is. They're not fun to go through, but they definitely teach you something, right? So understand that and take it with you and move forward. So I really love this. I think this is amazing. I do feel like there is emotional fulfillment because we had that Queen of Cups on the bottom, which was the underlying. So I feel like you've walked away from something that wasn't fulfilling and now you're like really finding something that is close to your heart. You know, this could be like an intuitive, like maybe this is like a spiritual business, you know, with that Queen of Cups, trusting your intuition. But it is something very close to your heart with that Ten of Cups. And you moving away from this emotional unfulfillment into emotional fulfillment here. I just don't think you see it yet, right? Because this energy of holding on, like you've been walking away, you've been transitioning, you've been trying to integrate the lessons and do the healing and move forward. And the Ace of Swords is the blockage, is like there wasn't clarity, right? Like you're not seeing things clearly. Which is fine because you may be right at the cusp of walking away from something, right? So now you can't really see where you're going, right? Like this Eight of Cups, like he's walking off into the distance and the moon is shining down and it's lighting his path, but he has no idea where he's going, right? So I feel like maybe there wasn't clarity and you may not even see this new opportunity, but it's definitely coming in here for you. So I hope that message helped and I will see you guys next time. Bye.